So first I put on my favorite socks, which I would not recommend for you, you will see later why. But well, I didn't know back then and I just went with it. So you want to grab your keys and everything you might need out there to get back home, and even drink a glass of water to stay hydrated. You might also want to pick up some sunglasses to protect yourself from the sunlight, and yeah, put on your shoes and just leave. I personally would not recommend taking your phone with you, because it will just distract you from everything out there. And I personally did take my camera, but that was just for filming this video. So I just started walking straight ahead, and I started to notice all the beautiful blooming things around me, because yes, it was the season. And just look at all these blooming trees and the flowers on the ground, and everything was just blooming and it was so beautiful. But well, I straight left the road and went straight into the forest, and I just found this pretty cool tree that was growing over a river. Well, you can see the river there, but I was just sitting on there because it was that beautiful. And then I got down to the river and I kind of wanted to cross it. And yeah, I was taking off my shoes and I was walking straight through it. Okay, the water was pretty cold and I didn't manage to stay in there longer for kind of like a few minutes, but I eventually managed to get to the other side. I also did find some pretty weird stuff, and I wonder why someone dropped this in the middle of the forest. What is this even? So I would recommend for you to find a place you would stand for a few minutes to just meditate, center yourself and get yourself down to earth. In my case, this was this beautiful white place you can see in the background, and I tried to manage to walk there in the water, but well, I didn't. So I just had to put my shoes back on and walk on the edge of the river. So yeah, I eventually got there and sat myself down and started to meditate, and I also started to notice all the beautiful things around me, like as I just said. Also, why I would not recommend wearing your favorite socks, because if you have to walk through a river like I did, you might have to do so bare feet, and you don't really want to put on your favorite socks after you get your feet dirty, and yeah, maybe not my best idea. So I picked this place because I thought it was really beautiful from a distance, but when I got there and sat down, I realized that it was even more amazing than I thought it was. There was this little waterfall, and the sunlight was just shining through the trees and making everything so gloomy, and it was just so beautiful, and I was so grateful to stay there. So after you have meditated, you have at least two options. One option is to go even further, which I would have done if I had more time, but I had to leave, so I had to go back home. And yeah, I tried to pick a different way back home, but I had to cross the river again, and I thought I could manage to do so with my shoes on, because I didn't want to take them off again. But It happened that the river was too deep to walk through with shoes on, so I had to take them off mid-river. And yeah, it was also not my greatest move. And now I was there already running late and with wet feet. So I started walking around waiting for my feet to dry. So I found this pretty cool rock. I don't know what happened to this rock, but I decided to keep it and take it back home. So as I was walking home, I started to realize even more of nature's beauty all around me, from the blooming flowers to the grass, and everything was just so green and luscious, and I'm not sure how on earth people like me did deserve that.